So this is Thursday, the 15th of July, 1976. Okay, so got up at 4:30, got ready. Swami came down quite early. Okay. We all stood along both sides of the entrance of the new hostel. Now, you have Rajiv Chaudhry's room, no? Below that you see two elephants, no? In between that, imagine a steps goes down. Where you have the music room now, that's the entrance. From there, a long room which has two partitions like this and like that. Okay, here, somewhere near our wash basins. And then you have the kitchen. That whole thing was dining hall. Okay, so Swami was coming to inaugurate that dining hall. Okay, remember this date. Okay, 15th July 1976. We all stood along both sides of the entrance, singing bhajans. Swami came with some guests. He lit the oven and then came back and sat in the throne. We had a chair for Swami. Swami sat on that. And then Brigadier Bose garlanded Swami. Now this Brigadier Bose was a IIT director. Okay, and he had come and offered his services to Swami. And he was the person in charge of supervising the construction of this place, our hostel. So what he used to do with umbrella, he'll be standing every day, morning 7:30, evening 6 o'clock, he'll be there on the spot. You know, that is how this hostel was built. Imagine an IIT director was a supervisor to this hostel. Okay, that's why today, this year, it is 25 plus 23, 48 years later. See how the hostel is still strong. Okay, that is Swami's. Brigadier Bose came and garlanded Swami. Swami created an Omega watch for him. Omega watch. Okay. He asked us the date and time and showed us that it was 15th Thursday, 9:33 a.m. Okay, that's the time Swami created that watch. Then Swami gave darshan to devotees and returned. So this is in the morning. Okay. At 10:30, Swami came to the new college or college building. Okay. Can you imagine the same day, morning Swami has come to hostel. 1 hour later he has come to college. He gave a beautiful discourse for 1.25 hours and then went round the college. Then we had one period. After that, we returned to Brindavan, where and were very soon busy arranging for the lunch. Then Swami came at 1:30 with guests to the hostel. Okay, just imagine, same day. And after having asked all of us to sit, Swami spoke a few words. I have come to open the activities of this hostel. I want to teach you all 3 slokas from the Gita. Purushottama Prapti Yoga, which means that which will enable one to secure Purushottama and also merge in him. There are 20 slokas, but if you learn these, it is enough. Okay. Everywhere concession. You learn this much enough. 20 are there, but you learn 3 enough. Okay. You should all recite these in chorus before food. Okay. These slokas have the capacity to cleanse the thoughts, the vessels, as well as the food. Good food leads to good thoughts. Good thoughts lead to God. I am giving each one of you a plate and a glass and a tumbler. Indeed, you are all lucky because today you are partaking food with Purushottama himself. In Gita, Krishna is referred to as Purushottama, okay, in a number of places. Swami says, today you are taking food with Purushottama himself. That same Purushottama has taught us slokas from the Gita. Okay. Then these slokas were recited. Swami Karunenanda said, Jai Bolo Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba Ji Ki Jai. Swami told, tell Jai at the end after food, then the food will settle down in your stomach. Okay. And then we finished our food. So Brahmarpanam was taught to us. Okay, Brahmarpanam. Then Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva, that one. And the third one was, of course, Asatoma Swami had included that day. Okay. And Swami went back at 2:15 p.m. In the evening, Swami gave darshan to devotees and came to the hostel. Okay, just imagine, fourth visit to the same day. When we all went in and sat around the chair which Swami sat on, and we had bhajan, Swami asked some new boys to sing, and they sang very well. Okay. And Swami asked me also to sing. Then Swami took Aarti and went up. Okay. So that is how that day ended. Stayed with Swami till 8:50 p.m. 8:50 p.m. Imagine, night. Swami was about to retire, and the warden asked us to go for dinner. Okay. A very nice day, and Swami gave ballpoint pens from Singapore to the new students. Okay. This was a typical day in Brindavan. This is how it used to be. There's nothing like steady hours those days. Okay. So practically the whole day we would be spending with Swami. So this was, what was the date, you remember? 15 July, which year? That was the day Brahmarpanam was introduced. From next year, from this year, let us celebrate it as Brahmarpanam Day. Okay, so that we don't miss out on this very, very important occasion. Imagine now, whichever part of the globe you go to in Sai circles, they will eat prasadam only after chanting Brahmarpanam. And that Brahmarpanam was taught here. Actually, Swami said, the food which you eat should be very careful. Don't think that the food which you eat is only what you eat through your mouth, what you eat through your eyes, what you eat through your skin, what you eat through your ears. All that is also food. Okay. You should be very careful about that, because that will corrupt your mind. Okay, or make your mind very noble. So then he said, see, in Himalayas, there was an ashram, and in that ashram, there were a number of brahmacharis and the guru. And the brahmacharis were only very sacred boys, and they used to do tapas, a lot of tapas, meditation used to do. One day, one young boy, when he was doing tapas, in his vision, one young girl came crying. And this boy didn't know why it happened. So it happened in the next 2-3 days. So then he went and told the Guru, Guruji, like this, I am getting some vision, some young girl is coming and crying. Then the Guru said, hey, you're not focusing on God. He told him. Then he knew that this boy was a very pious boy. So he investigated. He asked, what was the food on that day? They found that it was some special dinner. What is the special dinner for? There was no festival around that time. What is the special dinner for? Then he found that it was sponsored by some Sethji. Then he found out why was it sponsored by Sethji. The Sethji had some ceremony to perform, so he had sponsored. What was the ceremony? It was the 13th day of the passing of his wife. And then he found that this Seth had married a very young girl. Okay. Her father had literally given that girl to him because he got a lot of money. And that girl could not bear this, and so she committed suicide. And that's how she had died. On the 13th day of her the Sethji performed Narayan Seva in the ashram. And that it was not Narayan Seva, he just fed the people. Because the moment you make it prasadam, all this disappears. Okay. And so the Guruji realized that the food that this boy had was what affected their mind. So Swami said, you should be very careful. Another instance Swami said was, there was a guru who had a very wealthy disciple. Once the wealthy disciple invited him to his house, and the Guruji went to his house. All these are things which really happened, not stories. And Swami said, that rich disciple, he served everything to the Guru on gold plate, with a gold tumbler, gold spoon and all. And the Guruji sought this gold spoon and took and put it in his pocket. And he had his food and all, blessed his disciple and came to his ashram. So he felt very bad. What is this? I am supposed to be a Guruji. How can I steal from my own disciple? So he called his disciple and returned the amount of the spoon and told him, I don't know why I got such thoughts. Then he also, when he investigated, he found that day, okay, the food was not cooked by the Guruji's wife. It was cooked by some other lady. And that lady happened to be a professional thief. So the thoughts of that lady had gone into the food, and that food was partaken by the Guruji. And the Guruji also got such noble ideas that he put a spoon in his pocket, gold spoon in his pocket. So Swami said, that's why you should be very careful of the food that you eat. And then he said, see, it's not possible to check what are the ingredients. Okay, you can't go and check every single ingredient in the market and buy. And then even if you buy like that, you are not sure that the vessel will be cleaned properly by the maid servant. And even if you take care of that, then the person who is cooking the food has some thoughts that will come to you. That's why Brahmarpanam is very important. Wherever we eat, we chant Brahmarpanam and eat. Once you offer to God and God blesses it, it becomes devoid of all this blemish, all these impurities. That is why Brahmarpanam is so important. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Jai Bolo Bhagawan Shri Sathya Sai Baba Ji ki.